And here we go. We are live. Welcome to the 2020-21 swim and dive season. I am Coach Kearney. First of all, a big warm welcome to our freshman class and our returning athletes. We look forward to starting the season this year. We have quite a few changes this season that we need to get to. But first, let's start with some of the stuff that remains the same. For one, athletic clearance and eligibility. I hope we have really become familiar with Dragonfly. To our upperclassmen, I do apologize. I know this is our fourth platform. It seems like in 4 years, but thank you for being patient with that. I know we've had some hiccups with this platform. If you've had some problems, we're trying to sort that out. We'll get that taken care of. But nevertheless, the most important part about that athletic clearance and that platform is that physical. Okay, the physical must be kept up to date. Okay, and that is 1 year from the date you uploaded it. It's actually 1 year from your doctor's visit. Okay, and I know that probably applies to a lot of people who play additional sports. Please keep that in mind. You should receive updates if it's about to expire. Okay, you cannot compete in practice or at meets without an updated physical. Okay. All right. Another thing is grades. Okay. How do you remain eligible to swim here at the high school level? You have to take care of business in the classroom. Okay. I say this every year. We are in academic school first. Okay. If you do well in the classroom, swimming is for fun. Okay. But we got to take care of business first in the classroom. If you're having problems in one of your classes, please reach out to either me or Coach Shannon as well. We'll be sure to help you out with that. Okay. Also want to talk about some different protocols that we're going to have this year, some COVID protocols. First and foremost, we will screen every single athlete every single day. All right. There's no exceptions to this. It will really be a two-part screening. One is a questionnaire, and the other will be a temperature check. And again, this will be at every practice and every swim meet. Okay. That being said, the screening process for us is very important. Okay. Athletes need to know that they must provide us with accurate information. Okay. Our screening process only works if we're getting accurate information from the athletes. And athletes, you need to understand that there are no consequences for being truthful. Okay. It's going to be your job to make sure you protect, your fellow athletes and the coaches as well. Okay. At swim meets, we're going to obviously have some different protocols for that. Okay. We're going to provide transportation on a bus. Okay. If we're on the bus, all right, athletes must be wearing the mask at all time. Okay. Something a little different this year. No food on the bus. Okay. No food on the bus, must be wearing your mask. Once we get to the aquatic centers, we'll still be using social distancing around the pool deck, in the bleachers, or perhaps even the locker room as well. Okay. If you're not actively competing in your event, okay, you should be wearing your mask at the aquatic centers. Okay. All right. Speaking of swim meets, this year, our schedule right now, we have some holes in it. Okay, we're not doing a lot of our big traditional meets. Unfortunately, we've kind of hung our hat on going to these big invitationals. This year, no Raider relay, no UGA, and also right now, we will not have a Fulton County meet. Okay, that doesn't mean we won't have larger swim meets. Okay, and really in lieu of the Fulton County meet this year, we have picked up a region meet. We'll send out more information about that, but nevertheless, we'll continue to work on our schedule for this year. Okay. Another note about transportation to the swim meets. Okay. Traditionally, it's been our requirement to ride the bus to the swim meet. All right. This year, we are waiving that requirement. Okay. However, and this is an important note, swimmers that can drive, you are not allowed to drive yourself. Okay, you have to have a parent take you to the swim meet. Okay, all right. Also, if you ride the bus to the meet and you want to be picked up by your parents, all right, It still is a requirement, all right, that I must lay eyes on your parent, okay, before you can leave. All right, now, as of right now, none of our swim meets can have spectators. Okay, so that means that I will have to see your parent in the parking lot, okay, before you leave. And for parents and swimmers, I don't accept you're going to ride home with a friend. Okay, it has to be a parent. Okay. All right. A good way to contact me, the best way is by email. All right. I am also the coach who is here full time in the building. Okay. If you need to come see me face to face, all right, I'm in room 3321. Perhaps if you need to drop something off or pick something up. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll turn it over to our other coach.
Hey, everybody. Coach Shandlin here. Just to kind of echo what Coach Kearney said, we are very excited about this season. There was a fairly large period of time we weren't confident we were even going to get to have a season. So just having a season has kind of taken a weight off of our shoulder. Yes, things are going to look different, but some things will look exactly the same. We are still going to be a top program in Fulton County. We are still going to be the team that actually not only swims well, but bonds together and supports each other and helps each other in the pool and out of the pool. And second of all, we're going to continue to have fun. We're going to figure out ways to make high school swimming fun for you guys, because that's part of what we are all about. All right, so on to some of the differences that we're going to be looking at. Practices. We will be at Dynamo just as regular. It's going to look a little bit different. Like Coach Kearney said, we'll do the COVID questionnaire before you walk in. Another different thing this year is you will be assigned a grid on the pool deck where you will place all of your belongings once you get into Dynamo. You will also be assigned a lane that you will go to each day. You'll have a different lane assignment if we're in the meter pool or if we're in the competition pool. And within your lane, you will also have an assigned starting position. Do not worry about all of that. We will help you. We will guide you. It all sounds a little bit confusing. It will make total sense once you're on the pool deck and we walk through it 2 or 3 different times. Like Coach Kearney said, as soon as you walk in Dynamo, actually before you walk in Dynamo, you need to have your mask on. You also need to have your bathing suit on and be ready to swim. Locker rooms are not going to be available for changing before or after practice. So make sure that you have that. Once you get to your grid and get everything off and get your goggles and your cap, we will let you know when you can go to your lane in the pool. In the meantime, keep your mask on. As soon as you get out and you're finished, then you'll go and put your mask back on, grab your stuff, and head on out the door. It's really important that we adhere to Dynamo's policies. Us using their pool is a privilege. There are a lot of teams right now that don't have a place to practice. So we're very lucky that Dynamo is letting us do this. I realize that our late nights are getting even later, but if you guys will work and manage your time, you're going to have from 4 p.m. until 9 p.m. to get everything done as far as eating your dinner, doing your homework, doing your chores, studying, all of those types of things, so that when you're done at the pool, you can get dressed, go home, take a shower, and go to bed. So you've got plenty of time to get everything done. It's just going to, again, be kind of in a different order. Dry land this year is going to be on your own. If you're swimming with us, I'll be sending a workout each week on Mondays. In addition to the written workout, I am working on a way to get a video with demonstrating the exercises. I will try to keep all of this equipment free. You may have to get a little bit creative. Cans weigh, I don't know, a pound or 2 a piece. Milk jugs full of water weigh about 5 pounds. So we'll work out all of those details later, but we're going to expect you to do the dry land workout 2 or 3 times a week on your own. It will take no more than 30 minutes, 40 minutes max. Last year we implemented trigger point 1 day a week, and I'm going to put out 3 or 4 different trigger point videos that you'll also be able to use, and would love for you to do that 1 day a week. And then we're going to ask you guys to go on 1 short run every week. Captains are talking about possibly putting together a time for you guys to go and do that together, of course, maintaining social distance. But we'll work out all of those details later. So one thing that's not going to change is I want to work with you on your goals for your season this year. So the first week after we get started, I will be emailing, a goal sheet to each swimmer and each diver. And I ask that you please complete that and send it back. Coach Kearney and I, we read those, we use those when we're putting the meets together. We use those when we're working with you in practice, but if you don't tell us what your goals are, we don't know. And there's a lot of people for us to be talking to on the pool deck at one time. So in writing is always better. So that'll go out that first week of practice. So meet entries. Coach Kearney said we do have several holes in our meets right now. We're looking to add some with quite possibly. Some of those will be at Dynamo again in January. Just know for the Dynamo meets in particular, unless things change, we will still be limited in numbers pretty much at all of our meets. Whereas in previous years, most of our smaller meets, we could bring pretty much anyone who is available. So we are going to work hard to make sure that everybody gets chances in the water. But you need to understand that you probably will not be swimming at every meet, even if you have the availability. But we will work with you and figure things out that way. With regard to events and that type of thing at the meet, parents. So each year I say this, the kids are able to go see Coach Kearney in his room. The kids are able to go see are able to email Coach Kearney. Every swimmer and diver on this team will also have my cell phone number as well as my email address. I would encourage you parents to have your kids advocate for themselves. If you're comfortable with them reaching out to us directly without your being a part of it, that's fine. You can always be copied on any email that they send us. But I would just encourage you to have your kids advocate for themselves. And also let us know whenever they're having an issue instead of counting on mom and dad to always do it. Lettering requirements for this year. Unfortunately, we will not be having the county meet. However, that county cutoff time for swim will still be the requirement for lettering for this year. So you just have to make that cut time, not necessarily going to the county meet, but we're going to keep that cut. And divers, our lettering requirements for divers won't change. The state meet right now is on as planned. So divers will need to qualify for state to letter. Let me think if I'm forgetting anything else, Coach Kearney. Am I forgetting? Oh, one other bit. We will ask all new swimmers to purchase a pair of fins and paddles to have at practice every night. We're not going to start that until about the third week of practice, and we will email the you don't have to buy exactly from our vendors, but we'll email you information on the types of paddles and the types of fins that we would like for the swimmers to purchase. So I think that's about it. Excited. We're moving up into the big leagues this year. We're moved up to 7A. So going to have some new fun competition. And it's just going to be, it's going to be different, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, and I'll just add that also for our freshman class or new swimmers, you should be receiving some information about trying on a suit, boathouse jacket, and t-shirts. That will take place here Friday at the school. But again, you will see some additional information coming out shortly. But that's it. If you guys have any additional questions, again, reach out to either myself. You can find my email through the school directory, or you can contact Coach Shanlin. Either way, we'll be more than happy to clear up any clarifying questions that you might have. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Look forward to the season. See you guys at Dynamo for practice.
All right. Go Raiders. See you soon.